because I know what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
How can I serve you, but I also need to lead you?
Mm-hmm.
And how does that look in this space?
Yeah.
So I've been kind of to the point where the person that leads me maybe have thought that I was kind of like shrinking back. And those of you who know me know that I'm not a shrink back person.
Right,
You
right, right.
So I was like, even this morning, like I said, I decided to read the book of Joshua over, be strong and courageous, because I believe that in the environment that I left from, it caused me to shrink.
Mm-hmm.
It caused me to shrink. And so I have to be reminded of who I am and whose I am.
Yeah.
And I don't even look at this as a job. I really look at it as an assignment, because
Mm-hmm.
I see so much.
Yeah.
I
I
see so
love the relatability because I'm clapping my hands because even in the book, Hendrix finds herself in a situation where she's partnering with this woman. Just kind of fast forward a little bit.
Mhm.
The woman turns out to be the ex of this guy that's now interested in her. And she's like torn between like, do I pursue this relationship or do I fall out with my business partner? But what you just described, like knowing like who you are and whose you are, and she's like, if I built this before, how can I not? And
Mhm.
I'm not the cause of
Right,
y'all breakup.
right.
And I didn't come after him. He came after me.
Mm-hmm.
So her confidence in who she is as a woman, whether building her business and also getting ready to engage in love, she's
Mm-hmm.
just like, hey, I'm not compromising who I am because I know who I am and what
Right,
I bring and what value I bring. Wow,
right.
we're just in the icebreaker, by the way. That's so good. Anybody else before we move right into the conversation?
So I would say that I'm similar to Kim, where I am in the rediscovery and also the rebuilding stages, where I am rebuilding. I'm an entrepreneur as well, and I have a travel business which I had since 2015. And so I'm rebuilding into something that I absolutely love, and that's to help other people.
Mm,
And that is specifically women. My husband is a counselor, so he helps couples, and individuals. And so we came together, which is like a prayer answered, like coming together to do something together that will help people.
mhm,
And so I'm not looking, like initially I was looking for a position, right? I was looking for a job that I can get fulfilled from. Like I have a full-time job. I'm a leader
mhm,
in the marketplace. And I am a servant leader. But I kept looking for somebody to give me the opportunity. When why would I need somebody to give me the opportunity if I can't give myself the opportunity?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
that's what we did, and we just created our own platform, and we've been getting a lot of positive feedback. And I feel like I've been helping people all my life.
Yeah.
Like even before my husband became a licensed therapist, I was a counselor. Like in
Mhm,
'88,
mhm.
I was a residential counselor. And although I did not keep my certification, I have been building on that since that time, and mentoring and coaching and just talking to people.
Yeah.
And so just pouring that into our business, something that God purposed for my life anyway, to
Mhm.
talk to people. And I told you before, my heart was for women.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know what that looked like when we talked.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah. 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 Oh, this is so good. So good, so good, so good. All right. Going once, going twice. We getting ready to jump right into the opening reflections. This is for everybody. We good? Move on. I'm looking across the screen. Okay. So here we are. What season of life are you in right now? Like, are you a caregiver, rebuilding? And I feel like we're already talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
rediscovering, or are you balancing it all? And here it is, Yana. You ready for it? How does that affect how you give and receive love?
I think that because I'm at the, and I'll just use the, well, I got to use both of them, rebuilding and rediscovering. And I'm talking about love all over the place. Like the love for my children, the love for my grandchildren, the love for my career path, the love for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I said I think I'm being pretty selfish right now, and not selfish in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
And like Ayana said, self caring,
Mm-hmm.
because who can besides God can love me better than me? And
Yeah.
so, like, I know I love me because I walk confidently. I love me, but I just believe that I could just love me some more.
Yeah.
And so I say daily, I ain't got time for this otherness. And that's what I call it, otherness.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. We were just having this conversation, like somewhere along the way, something may have gotten broken in some of us where we feel like caring for ourselves is like selfish.
Hmm.
And if we do too much of it, it's like we're not thinking less of ourselves and more of others. But in
Hmm.
fact, I think the more that I am caring for myself, the better I am and offering to everyone else
Hmm.
around me. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I'm getting sleep, I'm getting rest, I'm drinking my water, I'm in the gym,
Right.
I'm washing my face with more than just, water, and I'm enjoying what that glow is looking like. And
Hmm.
so when people, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
so when people say that to me, acknowledging it to me, I think that is really important. I know that Hendrix, again, she's taking care of her aging mother who has Alzheimer's, and I've never had to care for anyone like that. And what I saw as I was reading the book was like the delicacy of how she would have to engage if she had memories of her husband who happened to have been killed from going out to go get ice cream. Like he left to go get ice cream and
Hmm.
got hit by a drunk driver. And so she has this moment where she's remembering thinking that her husband is on her way back.
Hmm.
And Hendrix is trying to, say, Mama, daddy is gone, but they say you're not supposed to do that. So struggling on like how to be present and how to care for your parent when you've never been in that situation before. I feel like most of us in this conversation are at a certain age where our parents are at a certain age. And I am having conversations with people who are caring for family members and or their parents because of the age that they're in. So when you think about where you are right now in your life, how does that impact Marie? You're married. Ayana, you're dating. Hope, you're married. Pam, you've got all kinds of stuff going on where you're loving your community, right? But does it impact you in your ability to receive love and also give love?
So I would say for me, like I did care for my parents. Like I cared for my dad who had those memory lapse. He was in World War II, and he had, towards the end of his life, both of my parents are deceased. Towards the end of his life, he had his both his legs amputated from diabetes. And so he thought that he was still like in service and he was coming home to visit. So he, like, we're originally from Philadelphia, so he was like, his backpack is in, it was in North Philly, he was saying, and he's in a hospital bed. And
Mm-hmm.
then he thought he still had his legs, and they said that's phantom leg syndrome or something like that.
Hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I went through that. I went through my mom, who was became an invalid pretty much after a stroke,
Mm-hmm.
and she couldn't do anything for herself, and she had a tubal, um, being tube fed. So all of that, and watching her get older, and losing friends, because as you get older, you watch your friends pass away, and you're still here.
Mm-hmm.
And she lost her husband, she lost her friends, she lost all her sisters, and some of her brothers. And just watching her loneliness develop, it makes me reach out to more people, because I've seen what having that small circle does to people as you get older. And it's not healthy, it's not good. And you
Yeah.
see always be willing to reach out and make new friends.
Yeah. Wow. 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 Whew. Okay. All right. It's whew, okay. This is life. All from a book. Can't get enough. You know, and that's why I say I'm like, this is more than just about her falling in love. Now, for those of you who have not read the book, I highly encourage you in your own spare time. If you are looking for Ayana, you remember what I was like when we were together.
Yes. Good book. I bought all three. No, don't worry. I'm starting from the beginning.
You know,
I was,
because here it is. You know, when I read Before I Let Go, where the main character was Yaz, her and her husband were owning this restaurant. They were going through a divorce. He ends up starting to be with one of the chefs. They end up getting back together, but there was death along the way. Death of a baby, death of their restaurant getting ready to die, death of a very significant person that's in their life. So again, I love the way Kennedy Ryan, she takes everyday women, everyday life situations, and she weaves them and makes them so applicable. And in that, you've got the other two women, Soledad and Hendrix, who are now in book 2 and book 3. Because when we get the Soledad in can't get enough, This Could Be Us, I told Ayana, I said, I feel like reaching through that book and choking her husband. Because how he did her so dirty, but the resilience, the overall theme of it was like the resilience. This woman who had a Ivy League degree, and she pulled herself back up with these 3 young girls after he done embezzled the money, he done went to prison, he done messed around and had a baby out of wedlock. And I ain't gonna tell you the other thing he did that I wanted to reach through that. I wanted to reach through that book and choke him out. But she brought herself back together, and what she got in the end as a result of it, just beautiful. But you got Yaz from the first book and Hendrix from the third book, who rallies around her as a friend. So, Marie, to your point about community,
yeah.
and there is this saying, like, you want to have friends, but you got to first be a
Be a
friend.
friend.
And even in that, being able to cultivate what that friendship actually is going to look like, because life is life in with all of us. And there are some that we have these different circles. We know Jesus had the 3, the 12, the 72, and the multitude. And even in that, people start to move in and out depending on the season of life that you're in. So we get to this one, my God, today, we get to this one right here. And Kennedy Ryan said, this is my last one. Let me get it all out. And at one point, I was driving, Marie, listening to the book, and I had to cut it off. It was too much. It was too much.
And I like the fact that she started out saying that she realized that she was supposed to write those books, because as she was writing them, her life was weaving in and out of the books.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And Pam, the justice that was in there, because the company that she was running was giving grants. I got your attention, Pam. Was giving grants to Black women. And then this lawyer comes after her to cut it off. But honey, that man came in there and stopped all of that. And so she said at the end, in the epilogue, she was like, during that time, there was a lot of affirmative action going on where small businesses, specifically Black women, were just really running into situations where people were trying to stop their funding to actually start their business. Now, we talked about a book that I'm reading, but she was very, very intentional to read some really key elements in the book in there. So here we go again. The title, Can't Get Enough, suggests fullness and desire, emotionally, relationally, and spiritually. What's something you can't get enough of right now that's feeding your soul, your peace, your time, your joy, your sisterhood?
I would definitely have to say my peace, because I am pursuing peace like never before. And I'm not letting anybody disturb me.
Not anybody.
Nobody.
I love it.
Not kids, doing it.
Not the job, not nothing.
Not the job, not the kids, not the grandkids. I don't know if I told you not the 2 youngest ones, because the 2 youngest ones, 12 and 10. One in Atlanta, one in Ohio. But the next two youngest ones, which are 20 and 21, got a one-way plane ticket to Houston, Texas.
Yes, you told me.
Yeah, yeah. God bless them. But they got an apartment now, and they're working.
Kim said they got a one-way ticket to Houston and had one bag and was like, "We gone."
Yeah.
Where we do that at, Hope?
Now I don't have the courage to do anything like that.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
But they doing it. But when I say pursuing my peace, I'm not even available like that no more. And my daughter said, "Oh, you want to do a road trip? Now I don't mind driving." I was like, "Well, where are we going?" "Oh, we going to Houston." "Not me." I said, "That's 30 hours from where I live at." Not me.
not in no car. You not.
Not me.
Kim, you don't want to drive to Houston? Kim, you don't want to drive to Houston, Kim?
No.
You could stop, or you could just stay over somewhere.
Listen, I ain't about to stay over nowhere.
She said, "Listen."
Not me. Look, and that's a part of my peace.
Kim, I'll ride with you.
Listen, you can ride with her.
Kim crazy.
I'm
Kim
looking for
said,
me to play or something.
Oh, mercy.
Anybody else? What in this season of your life? What is it that you can't get enough of? What is it that's really fueling you right now?
My hot soaks.
Hot
Epsom salt.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it Teals?
No, I didn't hear about this scent until recently. So
Okay.
it's the regular Epsom salt, but I do the lavender. Teals. I put regular Epsom salt, and then I do the Teals with Epsom salt and lavender.
Okay.
And I fall asleep like at least a half an hour, and I fall right to sleep as hot as I can stand it. That's my peace right now.
Oh wow, Pam! I saw you getting ready to unmute or say something.
Come on, Pam.
Yeah, I did unmute. I would, and I'm really not trying to sound deep, but this helps me with people and everything. Honestly, it's the love of God that is sustaining me. So much happening in the world, so much unrest, so many people making choices to be and do whatever, and to often be unkind and manipulative and just a number of things. But I find that resting in the love of God for me. And I know that I'm clear that God loves everyone. I got to personalize it, right? The love of God for me is really keeping me going as I watch all kinds of things happening. So yeah, that's it.
That's not deep at all. I mean, I think I was sharing with you earlier today, like I went to an appointment and the young lady, I've been knowing her for a little bit over a year. I mean, I probably could have done a better job evangelizing, but she knows that I work, for my church and, my faith and all of the things. And we were just talking, just catching up or whatever. And the whole thing about gratitude kind of came up, you know what I mean? And the thankfulness, because of everything that's going on all around us. And I think that, again, tying back to even the book the book Can't Get Enough, like just seeing how when you have a community of people who will be answered prayer. So it's one thing for, somebody to say, I need X, Y, and Z. And you're like, oh, I'm praying for you. And that's great. You know what I'm saying? But when you could actually be answered prayer to and for someone in their family, especially in the condition of where we are. So that wasn't deep at all. That if that's what's fueling you and you can't get enough of it and it's giving you peace,
right.
And you're pursuing it in a way. And I know you're a big community person as well. So that I think, that's spot on. So we were talking a little bit about Hendrix and how she's caring for her parent. And I think Marie, you shared that both your parents are already deceased. In the caring for aging parents, one of the things that I was wondering in creating the question was, how do you balance just caring for others? And I think, Kim, you've already kind of alluded to, it's I feel selfish, but I feel like I could be a little bit more selfish. Can you kind of dig in a little bit more of when did that happen? When did you decide I need to take care of Kim?
To be totally honest with you, in our like Pam said, in our love for God, in that pursuit of Him, and Pam, that was not deep, because I believe that even this morning I thought about seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, so not that I think, there is a part of me that I say, okay, I'm getting ready to turn the corner. We've heard that before, right? The thing is, I don't know what's around the corner,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I think that in life, I want to say maybe about 6 months ago, I was like, I'm getting tired of this, the politics of
Mm-hmm.
where I was employed at. I thought that in at that point, I just felt like they had lost all respect for me as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And then managing the relationships with adult children. They're your children and you love them. And a lot of times, again, being that servant leader, or either that mommy stuff, you want to rescue, rescue, rescue. Well,
Yeah.
I said, let me pull this life raft, lifeline, tube, whatever. That I'm done with it.
Yeah.
You say you done with it, and I think that happened maybe because we winding the year up. Maybe about 6 months ago, I was like, I'm done. I was even done with the little, I don't even know what you want to call it, situationship that I had with a male friend. Blocked him, like I don't need you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and really, really, really got in tune and in tone with, because I got stuff to manage.
Yeah.
I got stuff that I'm responsible for, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and all of this stuff that I was bringing on the outside, I had to bring it all in and like, girl, do you?
Yeah. 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 And that kind of ties into, and I'm jumping because it's already 9 o'clock, and who
Yeah.
knew? I was overreaching, Marie.
I
Y'all,
knew. Look, I knew.
I was like
y'all,
9 o'clock.
y'all just
30 minutes.
hush it, Ayana, hushy, hushy. I was overreaching, and I got a list of questions. You know what I'm saying? But I think we're touching a lot of the categories along the way, and it's just like naturally kind of threading itself through. Because what I'm hearing is, boundaries and rhythms, and
Mhm.
how you are refilling your own cup,
Oh,
and
that's a good word.
how how to ask for what you need. And I think Ayana, you started off by even sharing the polar opposite of like need and rest, and being exhausted. But okay, that's why you're exhausted, you need rest, right? So as we're kind of moving the conversation along, when you think about those boundaries, like what are you doing to tend to your soul, to tend to keeping your cup full, to being able to say no as if it
Ooh,
is just a sentence all by itself? Go ahead, Ayana.
because I believe it's a full sentence by itself, and the more I practice
Yeah.
it, the better I get.
Yeah.
I feel like when I am just really getting to a place where I'm like, no, no, thank you.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
no, that's not gonna fit. And I'm also being mindful. So I think early on in different aspects of my life, I think I thought no was unkind.
Mm.
And I always want to be kind, right? Like I always want to be kind. Um, and I had to learn that being kind doesn't mean um that you get to run over me or you get to take advantage of me. I also have a partner who is very mindful and very, very protective of my time and my rest and how much I run to the point where he has helped me realize just how much I
Mm.
run. Because to
Mhm.
me, it's like, oh, we doing it. Like I've been doing it. I didn't feel it until I had a moment to really slow down. And then you have someone who
Mhm.
is saying, well, when you gonna rest? Because then when you
Yeah.
do that, you can be tired.
Yeah.
And then you're not gonna be able to do this. And then that you're putting yourself a little bit, you're extending yourself too much. And initially I was not very pleased. And then sometimes I still be like, okay, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But
Mhm.
I'm also more mindful of like, wait, did
Mhm.
I did I get some rest?
I love
did
it.
I eat today? Did I do those things? And so I think for me, I'm a list person. I'm really good at like running my list through in my mind, like almost like my own personal checklist. So I have like a little personal checklist for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I only realized about a couple months ago that I had started doing that, like kind of running through in my mind. Did you eat today?
Yeah. I love.
Did you
Listen,
drink
I can't
today?
script. I can't
Did
script
you
this response that Ayana is giving, because literally the next question is: many women like Hendrix from the book is juggling your ambition, your obligations, right? And how do you stay connected to the thing when life is demanding and feeling overwhelming? Like it's like
is my check? Yeah, I have my internal checklist
got
of
to
like,
check
did you
this.
eat? Did you drink? Did you
Yeah,
rest? Are you tired? Are
yeah,
you overwhelmed? I've learned to check in with myself. And I do this almost, I think I've been practicing it so much, where it's starting to come like I don't think about it, I just do it.
yeah,
If I'm not feeling well, what happened today? Is
yeah,
it an emotional not feel well? Is it a physical I don't feel well? Like in realizing it could be both or it could be one or the other. And sometimes they feel the same, even though it's two different things. Am I emotionally overwhelmed? Did I pour out a lot? Did I
mhm,
spend any time with the Lord? Did I journal? Like did I have something that was causing me friction?
mhm,
I'm a journaler. So even if I don't physically say the words out my mouth, um, just to write it out, it helps. I release it,
yeah,
and then I'm not holding it anymore.
mhm,
And that's something I learned as a child. And like I got away from it for a while, but I realized like putting some of those things that I did to cope and build the resilience I have now are
yeah,
things I had to pick back up. And so
yeah,
I've got like, and I buy the cute fancy ones, honey. I got my pretty like things that are enticing to me, and they're just mine. Like
yeah,
nobody has them, nobody gets. But like learning how to what's going to make me feel good and how to refuel myself. Like it even pulls back some of the question you asked earlier, like what are you actually doing? I realize I need this for me, and it
yeah.
doesn't really matter if nobody else gets it or understand it. I'm going to do it anyway.
That's
'Cause I
good.
can't give you my best, and I also can't receive what you have because I'm so depleted.
That's good.
And so I got to make room, right? I got to
Yeah,
release it so that I have room to receive the good that is coming my way. And so I had
yeah.
to kind of realize like you got away from that. I feel like I'm in a season now. I think recently I look back in the mirror and I'm like, now I feel like me.
Mm,
Like I
mm-hmm.
have you know what I mean? Like everybody doesn't know my story, but like I had a hysterectomy 4 years ago. I had a lot of stuff happening and I walked out feeling like I'm not myself. Like the person I saw in the mirror, it didn't feel like me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know I'm
There
sitting
was
here
something
now
that
looking
lost
across
there.
the screen, and Pam, Marie, and Ayana have all been on my podcast, but Kim and Hope and Erica have. Because I'm like, I know that. I'm like looking, I'm like, wait a minute now, because I know I get real, I be getting up in your business with all the questions. So I think Hope, you and Byron owe me one. I was supposed to do one with you and B.
Uh-oh.
Yep,
And you owe me one, Lachey.
I do. Yes,
Uh-oh.
I do. We got work.
Yep.
Listen, we got some work to do. I love it. But I just, in a minute, when Ayana started talking, I said, now, wait a minute. I know I remember her telling me that. And then I looked, I said, oh, she was on my podcast. That's when she
Uh,
Yeah.
started with
So
me.
it's been 4 years now. But you
Yep.
don't I realized there was a part of me that kind of felt lost. Like
Mm,
and I had therapy and everything. Like I'm like, listen,
right.
there's no shame. Like I need to be okay.
Yeah.
Um, but it was something that I think I only realized recently that it came back. Like there
Mm,
was a piece that was missing and I couldn't
mhm,
quite put my finger on it. And I still
yeah.
can't always describe it now, but I'm
mhm,
in a place where I feel like myself. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't feel like that for a little while. Like there was this point after my surgery where it was like, I just don't, that person doesn't look like me. That person doesn't, it doesn't feel like me. I know it's me. And I think it's actually, I'm answering my own question. I
Mhm.
think the Lord is just reminding me like I had to embrace the new me because
Yeah.
I'm
mhm,
not the same person that I
mhm,
was.
Yeah.
mhm.
And that's,
I'm
yeah,
not.
good.
And so
That's,
now it feels good,
yeah.
right? But it took a little while to settle into like, this is my new normal. This is the new
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
I'm not that. I'm not the Ayana from 4 years ago. I'm
Right.
not.
Yeah, I love it. Marie, as she was talking, I'm looking at you and listening to her, and I'm thinking that you are married, and you have a daughter, right? She's like middle school, late elementary age. What grade?
9. She's in fourth
She's in fourth grade. Why did I think she was in middle school?
because she's like my height. Her
Yeah.
fingerprints are fine. And
Your girl.
There it is. There it is. So as I'm listening to Ayana just talking about that balance piece, and then you're talking about what you and your husband are doing and being an entrepreneur. Again, I'm tying this into running a business because that's what Hendrix was doing, and she's pursuing her purpose. Have you ever felt torn between doing what was expected and what felt authentically who you are? Like, do you ever feel the tear when you're trying to do all the things and you have a young child?
every day, like even when the girls call me to want to go out, well, can my daughter come? Because I feel guilty that, she didn't ask to be here, you
Mhm.
know, and being older, because I'm 57 and she's 9. So do the math.
7.
Yes.
Kidding.
And
You young girl.
You're
no,
kidding. I did not know that.
yeah. So I'm tired. I've raised 5 sons,
Right.
right? And I have 4 grands. My grands, they're in Florida right now. So we're going to see them later on this month. But I want to spend, because at 57 and 9, I'm being realistic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be around forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt cheated when my parents passed away because they passed away in my 30s. And so when I hear people of my age saying, they have their parents, and my mom had me when she was 38 and my father was 43. So I really feel guilty about doing stuff without her.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm.
I didn't mention this, but I'm also in school, right? So in school, and it's for pastoral leadership and counseling through Change Church and Southeastern University. I'm learning. They're teaching me to say no more because I had started saying no, but to really now be held accountable to saying no to get my study done, because I feel like, Pam, you were saying about you're getting closer to God, like in my bath time. That's when I
Mhm.
get that peace, because
Mhm.
I sometimes have trouble sleeping because I'm so busy. So when I'm in the tub, it just relaxes me. I started getting on this tea regimen. And so I also have a personal trainer now where I'm taking control over my health. So now I'm making my list, like you were doing, like you said, Ayana, mentally,
Mm-hmm.
what's more important? My health, my family, my
Right.
schoolwork, so I can be able to pour into people the way that I want to, right? Because, Pastor always says, posture of a student.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I'm doing that. So
Yeah.
it's allowing me, when I'm making the right choices for my life today, it's going to be a huge payoff, because I'm going to be able to spend more time with my daughter. I'm
Yeah.
going to be able to spend more time with myself, my husband, my other children, my grandchildren, and just being healthier
Yeah.
mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Yeah. And it's interesting that you say that about being able to spend more time with your kids, because even with Hendrix living in a different state and her mom being where she was, it wasn't easy for her to get her relocated. And once she did, like it was just it made things a lot easier for everybody. It wasn't just
Mhm.
for her, but also for her mom's sister who also had fallen ill. And again, that man, see, I ain't talked enough about this man, but that man, honey,
Mm.
that
I
man,
didn't finish reading that book, so don't give it away. But like
okay, all right. Let me
yeah,
little hope. Let me pull my ears a little.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
That I just need to say, when you find when when the right partner, Kim Allen, comes along,
I'm still waiting.
baby, you will know. And I say this to say, because even when I read the second book, This Could Be Us, and I began to think about my current situation, of
Mhm.
like I haven't dated in I don't know how many years. I'm not going too far in that conversation because my
Mhm.
whole face will start to turn red. And Yana, you've seen it. Y'all all have seen.
I see some of your Facebook posts.
Y'all have all seen this simple, flushed face when I talk about this man. But what I will say is that it is something that I prayed for,
Mhm.
and then they say don't run when your prayers get answered because it's coming along with a lot of stuff, Kim, that
Mhm.
I didn't think would come along with it, which is like
Mhm.
past trauma is resurfacing, triggers are resurfacing, and
Mhm.
like, hey, my shoulders are broad enough to walk alongside you, but I didn't cause that pain. And so, because he's the kind of man who feels like, yes, I want to carry the weight, but I equally want to receive the honor too of like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
not always like having to
Defending.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because of your past. And so I'm moving the conversation of like falling in love again because I don't know how many have been married more than once or not, or dating or in between. I feel like we're all
Mhm.
in different phases. I know Hope, you're married. um, when you think about falling in love, Hendrix was wrestling with vulnerability and wanting to
Mhm.
protect her heart, but also she was desiring connection. And so my question to us is what helps us open our heart again when fear whispers you'll get hurt? Now, before you answer, shameless plug, there's a book that I'm also reading called Trust by Henry Cloud. It is a
Mhm.
must, must must read, a slow read. If you
Mhm.
interested, let me know. I will reread it again with you because I'm almost done because it was a part of my Soft 75 challenge. But in order to do that, like there's forgiveness that has to happen, which we have
Mhm.
heard it's not for the other people, it's for us.
Mhm.
Then
Mhm.
you deciding whether you want to trust again, the filter that you take that through, you got to pick the book up. So I'm saying it to say the vulnerability of loving again, whether it's like a career or a job, like you have a boss that's horrible. Now you go to a new job, or you're looking at this new boss with one eye open and one eye closed. You know what I'm saying, Nana? You know, you,
Right.
you get a guy who says, I will be there at 5, and it's like 4:58, and like, here we go again. You just like like what
Mhm.
helps us to try again, and knowing that we're feeling that vulnerability.
Come on, Hope, give us something. Or you don't know. I'm
I'm
gonna
a,
give you
I,
something.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
Cause
say
I was gonna get ready to give you something to go on.
I'm a different kind of person.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave that there because
All right.
yeah,
So
that, I don't know.
So I can say just in the to me, and y'all know I'm transparent and I'm very honest. The dating pool. I met somebody during the pandemic. Nice guy, older than me. Um, Listen, it was the pandemic. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. It was good. It was good. It was good company. Oh, it was good company. Yeah. And
Damn, if you gotta go, just go on and click off because I see Kim about to act up. She about to
but what I'm saying in that, because you're talking about like trusting again and those kind of things. So at first, I just thought it's just something for me to play with, and he probably was feeling the same way. But
Amen.
as I
shut up. Oh,
there was another year, and I
Just
was like, nah,
saying.
I can't be doing this.
yeah.
I'm just being honest. I was like, I'm too old for this. I can't be doing this. I got daughters, I got granddaughters. What we doing? And he basically said, I don't want to be in a relationship.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, okay. And then I thought, I really didn't think that he was serious about that because we were spending like relational time together, you know.
Mhm.
And then I was like, well, what is it? Because he had been married twice before. I had been married twice before. So I thought, hey, this has got to be a pretty good combination here, at least in understanding from that aspect of things, right?
Mhm.
And so I don't think that it was that I didn't trust him, but he was doing some untrustworthy things. But I think that the part of that where I had to come to the conclusion was that he has to guard his heart in the way that he see things, and I had to guard where I think that God have developed me as a single woman.
Mhm.
And I got to the point, I was like, you don't even deserve this. You don't even deserve a conversation from me.
Mhm.
And then, so of course, I blocked him and he showed up at my job when I was working in Trent. He just show up. Hey, don't be blocking me. I'm like, but you ain't interested.
Mhm.
So I don't get it. And the fact was, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, that he was 6 years older than me, and I'm 59. So how you playing games? Because first of
Hmm.
all, don't wait till you have no stroke and dragging your foot and then talk about you want to be in a relationship with me. Because I ain't the one for you, boo.
She
Wearing a
said, "Have
diaper,
a stroke and
wearing the
dragging your."
diaper, like I'm ready, I'm ready.
Y'all know I'm being, I'm being honest. I'm not the one. You know,
Don't get
or
You so much.
other things start to happening. I definitely ain't gonna be the one.
You
If
so
you there already and all that stuff happened, that's something different.
Teeth
Kim
fall
got
out.
me at having a stroke and
But if
dragging
you
your foot.
ain't, and then you decide that you ain't gonna be deciding I'm the one, honey. I'll be looking for me
But
somebody
that's
45.
real talk. That's real talk.
Yeah,
No, listen. I'm telling you. So
That's real
yes,
talk.
you are exactly right. And because I am, I say that I'm single in the sense of that I am dating exclusively. I'm not
right,
married. Kim, you
right,
are not married. Ayana, you are not married. Pamela,
right,
you are not married. Marie and Hope, you are married. So
right.
when you get to be a certain age, like I get it. And I
Mm-hmm,
think it's the same in reverse. Like I remember my aunt saying something about how a woman, they want Mars chestnut or, abs and all of this stuff. And you
mm-hmm.
walking around looking like whatever. So again, going back to like the thing that you want to be able to attract, doing the work on yourself and caring for yourself without losing
Mm-hmm.
yourself while you are trying to pursue. And that's what I really hear Kim saying is like, hey, you was something to do, but then it
Right,
felt like maybe we could have, but then you still feel like you didn't know what you needed. So I ain't waiting
right.
for you to figure it out. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
figure it out for me. And I think not enough of us, if I can say it, and hopefully I'm not, getting ready to make a mess of myself, that sometimes we want it so
Mm-hmm.
badly that we push aside what we say we're not going to do or
Right.
kind of deal with it.
Yep.
I see Marie, shaking her head. I see Ayana shaking her head,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think this is where, and I'll kind of get ready to pull us in when it comes to like sisterhood. And again, I couldn't script this. I didn't know how we would flow or anything like that, but it's tying all in. So one of the questions that talks about the sisterhood between Soledad, Yaz, and Hendrix is asking the question like, when was the last time a friend spoke truth into your life when you didn't want to hear it, but
Mm-hmm.
you needed to? And what
Mm-hmm.
did that moment teach you about love and accountability?
Ooh, that's good.
Mm.
I won't even say it was a friend. It was my oldest daughter
Mm-hmm.
who said, "Mom, you're attracted to a type. You have a type." That's what she said to me. And she said, "That person is not that person is bad for you, but that's not the person for you."
Mm-hmm.
Because you like to travel, you like to do things. They have a more sedentary type of lifestyle. Now for the age, the body was banging, nice thick thighs like I like them, and he was vegan. You know, I still ate me some meat, but I'm just saying.
Your grocery bill was lighter.
Yeah. And he worked out every day. So all of that, I was like, as an older man, he is basically taking care of himself.
Yeah.
But I just got down to like I love me. And I don't want nobody who don't love me at least as much as I love me.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I'd rather, and I'm in back to what Pam. I know God loves me, and He does not want me to settle. There's some things that you can compromise. Like if you don't like doing dish detergent and you like Joy, listen, we're gonna wash the dishes with Joy. I prefer Dawn, but there's some other things that, baby, let me tell you. And I don't care if you're going to church every Sunday. Because then it was that, oh, I'm going to church. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? I can't do it.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't
real.
do it. And then on the other hand, you got another person that's interested in you that I've been knowing for 8 years, but we'll never have a relationship. You know, because when I was interested, you really wasn't. And now I guess maybe you ain't got nothing else better to do. And I'm like, I'm looking at you and I'm like, you ain't even.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
No, listen, that's we want to have the real conversation, you know.
So I'm like, if I gotta ride this out by myself, and I don't think that I will have to, Lachey, Hope, you know what I mean, Marie, you know what I mean, y'all, you know, Pam, I don't know too much about your personal relationships, but there is hope, like seeing people pursuing healthy relationships.
Yeah.
Not
I think
sexual alone.
I'm gonna jump in because I am getting ready to jump off, and I want to, but I want to say this. I think part of God loving me is me looking at me from God's perspective and being able to love me more than I ever did. And so I think that there are things like you said about this person where you're like, well, I don't deserve that. Like, go ahead. Like that's how you go ahead, but go ahead. Right. So leave me alone. And I think the self-care thing is our responsibility. Like I say it like this, right? The Bible says that our temples about our body's the temple of the Holy Spirit, right? Don't you know that? And so I mean that holistically. Like you're not going to take you're not going to take my mind. I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give me away. Right. And so since I'm not going to give me away, and it seems like you don't understand or maybe this is not your assignment, and that's okay. And one of the things I keep seeing more and more is women, as we get older and we grow, like we grow in age, like we grow in maturity, we kind of like, I'm not taking the poor treatment at this stage of the game.
They used to say, no more wooden nickels.
There you go.
I'm not taking the poor treatment at the end of the day. And there are things that we do juggle. I was juggling a teaching career and taking care of both of my parents. They were both sick, and then they both died. Right. So those things teach you things, and then you're able to say again from a faith perspective, like it's a disservice to the God I serve to accept someone beneath a standard.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and we're not talking about perfection at all. Because we know Jesus was the one and only perfect one that walked the earth.
Yeah.
But like, oh no.
Yeah.
No.
And what we hear, Pam, is that oftentimes we're attracting what we think and feel about ourselves.
Yeah.
And we don't really want to take that in, especially when what we're attracting and what we have is like, oh God, you know what I'm saying? So doing the personal work on ourselves, because again, even when I think about what I have attracted to me, I mean, any of y'all who know me intimately know I'm doing the work. I will continue to do the work, and this expression of this relationship that I have now is showing the work that I've done. Like what brought him, and it has its challenges. Like, very clear. And one day, if the Lord will allow, we will share those challenges, because I do sometimes see us doing ministry together, because that's what drew us together, like our love for the Father. you know, in the beginning, if you go back to some YouTube clips that I did back when I did a challenge for Valentine's Day, will I have a Valentine? Because I had just met him and we're coming up on a year of knowing each other, but it'll be a year in January that we decided to be exclusive. And the thing that brought us together was like prayer, fasting, reading God's word. And when we find ourselves going astray, we take the meter and go, oh, that's because we're starting to place this other stuff above the thing that really brought us together, above the thing that will really be the anchor for us, in addition to the fact that he is a great and strong communicator, which I didn't know that I wanted, Ayana, but apparently my children said I need it, because he do microphone checks all the time and grabs me up. And I'll be like, now hold up now, because I ain't used to that. I'm used to Pam know I'm used to being the one that what I said. That's what you know, it don't hope it don't work, because he's a man's man, Yana, right? And I'm really grateful for that. So it's 9:28. I just want to get ready to close us out with some life lessons and takeaways, which I've been sharing along the way. And there were 4 things that I shared from the book across the last couple of weeks. And the first lesson was strong women still have fears and vulnerabilities, and acknowledging them doesn't make them weak. And life's responsibilities, whether it's family and career, don't have to disqualify you from love or your dreams, but they do require you to have discernment. And your first impressions, they matter, but they often hide what's beneath the surface. The other thing that she shares, or what I was taking away too, was you can't build a meaningful relationship without risking being known. So sometimes, you know, we're hiding from ourselves because we don't want to deal with that thing. And I know and I'm talking to myself as I say that. And then true friendship is a part of your support architecture. You don't have to carry everything alone. Some of us have been taught, keep it in the house, and you can't tell everybody your business. Let's just be very clear about that. Everybody can't handle your whole story. Everybody can't be Noah with, you know, I call 2 girls, hope you know them, my Noah naked in the tent friends. Ashamed, they can all the things. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be conscious, but you don't have to carry it alone. Dreams, ambition, and love can coexist, but they require alignment, sacrifice, and clear communication. Crisis will reveal your character. It's not what happens to you, but it's how you decide to respond. Truth, even painful ones, are necessary for healing and deeper connection. Pride can be a barrier to love. Humility and vulnerability often will open that door. And then the last 3, true love doesn't demand you to shrink, it invites you to be fully yourself. And redemption doesn't erase the past, but it reclaims your future. And then finally, growth is ongoing, and ending in a novel is a launch into your next chapter. So, you know, one of the things that is in my heart to do, and I was sharing this before we actually got deep into the conversation, is that I'm getting clear about engaging. And if there's just one person that I can share my journey along the way, through the way that I just naturally live my life. I mean, Kim and Hope, we started this together. The pandemic, every single Saturday morning, we were up, we were in prayer, we were reading books. That one book we read with Catherine Weber, The Vibrant Living. I mean, we were being to sustain ourselves. And so we know what the Bible says, iron sharpens iron. And so when you're in community and you're around like-minded people, not somebody that's going to be competing with you, but somebody that compliment and high five and encourage you to be the best version of you. Because I don't have to be any one of you. And I know for sure none of y'all want to be me, because God created us individually, yet fearfully and wonderfully made in his image and in his likeness. And so I'm excited about what the future is folding. I love that the gang got back together, because there are pockets of pockets. Like Yana, you just reminded me that when we did the book club years ago, she was like, oh my God, we need this back. And then Marie, you and I still have some unfinished work, but God's timing is certainly his kindness. And Erica, you have always been a champion, 100%, whether in the background or on the screen. And I'm always so grateful for that, because I'm typically running and I'm hiding, and y'all know that. So thank y'all for joining me. Thank you so much for contributing. We really just scratched the surface, and I jumped over a lot of the questions, but it is 9:32, and we do have to say goodnight. You don't have to jump off right away. I'm going to end, and then if any of you want to stay around to just kind of close out one more time, you know how the back has got 3 closings. This is the second one, and then I'm gonna end the stream, and then we'll do the third one. So thank y'all for joining me. Love you, Erica Dickerson. Love you.